Welcome, dreamer, to Evernight Classics, where timeless stories find their quiet voice again. Tonight, beneath the hush of rain and the steady breath of a candle flame, we open the pages of Alice in Wonderland, but not the noisy tale of teacups and queens, only the first tender drift of falling, the moment before wonder truly begins. Before we begin, if these calm moments mean something to you, consider subscribing so the next story finds you easily. The room is still. A faint chime hums from the old clock in the corner. Somewhere, a book lies open, its words half asleep beneath amber light. Outside, the wind moves like a slow river through the leaves. And in that quiet, a girl begins to dream. Her name is Alice. She sits beside her sister on a soft summer bank, watching the river flow, the pages of her book untouched. The afternoon has grown drowsy, and the light, golden and thin, drifts upon the water like silk. Perhaps you have felt it too, that hour when the mind begins to wander, when thought and dream become a single thread. Tonight, we follow that thread, not to chase a white rabbit, but to listen to the hush that comes before curiosity wakes. So let the candle burn low, let the rain whisper against the window, and somewhere between wakefulness and sleep, Alice begins her falling dream. The candle trembles once, its flame bending toward the rainlit window. Outside, the garden breathes with a faint silver light, and beyond that, the low whisper of a river. Through that hush, another afternoon begins to form, one that has waited, patient and half awake, between the pages of time. Alice sits beside her sister on a soft, sloping bank. The air is warm, faintly sweet with the scent of clover. A willow leans over the water, its leaves trailing lazy circles on the surface. Insects hum as though they were keeping time for the drifting world. The sun has begun to tip westward, pouring its gold across the river like melted glass. Her sister is reading. The book rests against her lap, and the turning of its pages sounds like a secret conversation between paper and breeze. Alice leans closer once, curious to see what world her sister has entered. But the lines are tangled with grown-up words, a world without pictures, without laughter, without a single curious sound. She sighs softly and turns her gaze back to the river. The water moves like thought, always flowing, never the same twice. A feather floats past, spinning lazily. Somewhere in the trees a bird calls once, and then falls silent, as if the day itself were holding its breath. Alice feels that stillness growing inside her, a quiet so deep it almost hums. Her mind drifts the way clouds do, finding shapes where there are none. She imagines tiny boats made from petals, each carrying a dream downstream to places she will never see. She wonders if stories are like that, if they begin somewhere unseen, carried by an unseen current, until they find the shore of a listening heart. A bee passes, heavy with dusted gold. Its low murmur fades. The world softens, folds, slows. The air is thick with the perfume of summer turning toward evening. Alice blinks. Once, twice, the edges of the world blur. She glances again at her sister's book and thinks how odd it is that grown-ups can sit so still, as if their thoughts have all been written down already. Perhaps, she muses, that is why they forget to dream. Her own thoughts refuse to stay quiet. They bloom like the flowers near her feet. They turn into questions she cannot name. Where do clouds sleep? Why do rivers never grow tired? Does a shadow remember the shape it once belonged to? A faint rustle interrupts the silence. Alice looks up. Between two tufts of grass, something white moves quick, uncertain. At first, she thinks it is a trick of light, but then she sees it clearly. A rabbit, immaculate and hurried, its ears upright, its waistcoat shining faintly with little buttons of brass. And there, impossibly, it carries a watch. The rabbit glances at the time, taps its paw, and mutters something Alice cannot hear. Then it darts away through the meadow. For a moment she simply stares, the image trembling at the edge of belief. It feels like the instant between waking and dreaming, that fragile seam where reason loosens its grip. Her heart beats once, twice. The sound seems enormous in the still air. She hesitates. Curiosity rises in her chest like a bird lifting its wings. She looks toward her sister, but the older girl has not noticed. The quiet book continues to breathe in her hands. And so, Alice stands. The grass bends beneath her bare feet. The air smells of wet earth and fading daylight. She follows the little path the rabbit left behind, a faint line of parted leaves, a whisper of motion. Every step feels softer than the last. The hum of the river fades behind her. The rustle of her skirt becomes the only sound. The world seems to listen. Even the wind has paused, curious to see what she will do next. Then the hedge opens, a small dark mouth in the green. The rabbit slips through and vanishes. Alice leans forward. The ground dips suddenly. Her balance wavers. There is a moment, just a breath, where she might still step back. But wonder does not wait for permission. And so, she lets herself fall. The candle in the library flickers, its flame mirrored in the dark curve of her descent. Rain whispers against the glass as the first dream begins to open beneath her. The fall is silent. Only the rain remains, a slow rhythm on glass, the sound of thought itself. Perhaps we've all been Alice once. Perhaps somewhere between our waking hours, we too have felt that tug, that quiet invitation to follow what cannot be explained. There are moments in life when the world seems to pause, when the familiar grows transparent, and a single curious thing, a word, a sound, a glance, opens like a door we didn't know existed. We stand at its threshold, uncertain, and then something inside us leans forward. We fall not downward, but inward. Alice's fall was not a descent into nonsense. It was a return to the unspoken country of wonder, where every clock might tell the heart's own time, and every impossible thing can rest quietly, needing no proof. We lose that country too easily. The older we become, the more we learn to climb rather than drift, to build fences around what can be understood. But perhaps falling is simply another way of remembering, a soft undoing of gravity's habits. If you listen, even now, you might hear it, that faint hum below thought, the whisper that lives behind reason's door. It calls in the same language the river once spoke to Alice, not with words, but with the gentle promise that something waits beyond stillness. And maybe that is why stories endure. They remind us that wonder was never lost, only sleeping, and that dreams are not escapes, but quiet returns to where we first learned to see. So let the candle burn lower. Let the rain keep its patient rhythm. Alice is still falling, and so are we. Down she goes, not quickly, not tumbling, but drifting, as though the air itself were deep water, and she were floating through it, weightless and unafraid. The walls of the hole glimmer faintly in the candlelight of her imagination. They are not earthen, not rough, but lined with forgotten things, bookshelves that breathe dust, porcelain clocks with no hands, portraits that blink once, then sleep again. Alice reaches out, brushing the air with her fingertips. It feels thick, like the moment before a dream decides to change shape. She is falling, and yet she does not move. The world slides past her in patient spirals. Below, or perhaps above, a teacup floats, turning slowly, its rim catching a glint of soft light. Beside it, a feather drifts upward or downward. The straight is distinguishable in this new kind of gravity. A book passes, its cover half open, pages fluttering with words that will never quite settle. She wonders, midair, if she might still be sitting by the river, if the fall itself is only another current of thought. She looks down, or what she believes is down, and sees no end. Only more motion, the endless rhythm of descent. It feels, strangely, like flying, not the kind of flight that soars through open skies, but the slower one, the inward drift of the soul towards something it has always known. The air hums faintly around her, a sound halfway between a lullaby and the turning of pages. She passes a shelf of glass jars, each containing a flicker of light. Some glow gold, others pale blue, and for a moment she thinks they might be bottled moments. The laughter of mornings, the warmth of held hands, the sound of rain remembered. She tries to touch one, but it drifts away gently, as though even light prefers to keep its secrets. Further down, a mirror spins. It catches her reflection for an instant, but the face that looks back is older, eyes filled with curiosity that has weathered time. Then the mirror turns again, and she sees only the shimmer of endless space. There is no fear in her heart, only the awareness of falling, and the curious peace that comes when one stops reaching for the ground. She begins to hum softly, a tune without words, and the sound folds into the stillness like mist into light. Objects continue to drift by, a candle that never burns down, a letter written in water, a bird carved from ivory, suspended by nothing. Each one passes without hurry, each one a memory unclaimed. Time behaves differently here. It no longer ticks, it sways. Each moment stretches like silk drawn through patient fingers. Alice wonders if she has been falling for a minute, or for a lifetime. She remembers a lesson from somewhere, that dreams are made of time loosened from its threads, and she thinks maybe this is what it means to grow, not to climb higher, but to fall more gently. A sound reaches her then, faint, familiar, the ticking of a clock. She looks toward it, expecting another floating object, but instead sees the suggestion of a hallway forming in the distance. It stretches and curls, lined with doors of every color. Some are open just enough to reveal a flicker of light within. The fall slows. Her hair moves around her like smoke. The air feels warmer, as if she has passed through the edge of sleep and entered the space behind it. One door, painted in pale blue, catches her attention. Letters shimmer across its surface, words she cannot quite read. They rearrange themselves like soft ink in water. She drifts closer, and the words grow clear for an instant. Through curiosity, the world renews itself. The door opens without a sound. Light spills outward, not bright, but tender, like candle flame through lace. And then she is inside. The room beyond is filled with floating objects too, but they seem less strange now. A teapot resting mid-air, a clock asleep inside a bubble, a small chair that drifts like a dream unanchored. Everything glows faintly, as if lit by the memory of day. Alice turns slowly in the air. There is no floor, yet she does not fall further. The space has found a new kind of stillness, as though the fall itself has decided to rest. She reaches for a book, hovering nearby. It opens at her touch. Inside, no words, only the faint outline of a story beginning to write itself. She smiles. Perhaps this is what dreams are for, to let us read the pages before they are written. She drifts there, in the calm between motion and meaning, and feels an odd affection for the world she has left behind, for rivers, for grass, for the quiet turning of time. Maybe, she thinks, none of it is truly left behind. Perhaps every fall simply leads us deeper into the same story, the one that waits for us each time we close our eyes. The light around her begins to dim. The shelves and objects blur into gold mist. The air thickens again, and for the first time, she feels the weight of sleep pressing gently on her shoulders. The candle in the Evernight library burns lower, and the narrator's voice seems to echo softly through the dream. Falling is not losing ground, it says. It is returning to the dream that waits beneath. The last of the light folds around her like a blanket. Her eyes close. The river, the rabbit, the open sky, all dissolve into a single breath. And in that breath, the story finds its stillness. The light fades. What was gold becomes amber. What was movement becomes breath. Alice sleeps now, drifting through a dream she no longer needs to chase. The world she left above has softened into memory. The grass, the river, the quiet page turning in her sister's lap. All of it still exists somewhere, waiting in the hush between one heartbeat and the next. In the library, the candle burns low. Its flame leans toward the dark, and the rain keeps its steady rhythm beyond the window. The clock ticks one, a small, certain sound, as though time itself were nodding in approval. Perhaps every story ends this way, not with a closing door, but with a light that gently withdraws, leaving warmth where words once were. The lamp grows dim. The rain keeps its steady rhythm. If sleep has found you, let it keep you. And if you are still awake, stay a little longer with the quiet. For somewhere beneath it, another dream is waiting to be read. Until the next night in the library of Evernight.